Hello, with
Hello.
with a side of podcast,
Yes.
Glenn and Kyla.
Kyla and Glenn.
Kyla, how are you?
I'm alright, Glenn. How are you?
I'm good. We're in the best time of the year. I think
Yes.
it's
100%.
good going. It's the time of the year when everyone is putting up their Spotify Wrapped that came out today.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, mine's kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah,
some of it's embarrassing, some of it's not.
did you put it up?
No, I didn't share it.
Oh, you're not one of us.
I wasn't out sharing it. Like, it was One Direction,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
the,
Harry Styles probably.
yeah, the original
Yeah.
Broadway cast of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Leslie Odom Jr., two members of the cast of Hamilton.
So very diverse.
Yeah, so I have a really unique taste in music, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I can't say anything either. Mine was Drake, my most listened to,
Oh,
the most streamed artist in the world. I'm pretty sure.
oh,
You
really?
kind of it's nice to see people's taste in music though when you see the kind of the
Oh,
spectrum
yeah.
across people's stories. It's interesting.
Mm.
I don't
Like
mind it at
there was,
all. I kind of look forward to it in a sense.
it was interesting seeing like if some people shared how like what percentage of their top listeners they were in.
Yeah, that's mad. I seen someone was like 0.2%
Oh,
of
I was
I
zero
can't
point two.
remember the artist. That's crazy.
I was 0.2% of One Direction somehow.
That is crazy.
I seen people in 0.005 for someone.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But like, I'm not gonna say their name or what artist they listen to because they
Yeah,
may be
yeah, of
embarrassed by
course.
it. But they did share it on their Instagram. But
Yeah.
anywho, yeah. So
So on this week's podcast, it's Maynooth University Mental Health Week.
yes.
So I suppose we thought that fitting with the theme of this week, we should.
Hello, Glenn. Did you go out?
Sorry, hang on. I'm having extreme difficulty with audio. I can't hear
Oh, it's
anything.
okay.
Here
If
we go. I'm back.
if everyone can hear us, please let us know in
Yeah,
the
of course.
comment
We
thing.
have to do that again.
Yeah.
Kind of
Me
forgot to
and
do
Glenn
that
are
part this
together
week.
today. Sadly, we're not with each other at the
Mm.
minute.
I was kind of nervous about not being together because maybe there'll be a delay, but it doesn't seem too bad.
I don't know. Like it probably is grand.
Yeah.
I just find it easier when we're like in the one place.
Well, I was accidentally listening in there for like 5 seconds. That's why I couldn't hear anything. I could hear the broadcast coming back in, but I stopped that. So
Okay.
I've finished
Okay.
my point, I suppose. We'll
Yeah.
talk about some mental health this week.
Yeah.
Talk about
So
tips, our
how
own
we
experience, maybe.
yeah how
Yeah.
we try to help ourselves with mental health and
Mm-hmm.
all that jazz. And if anyone has any like tips as well, leave them in the comments so like people can see it and go back to it and all, or like
Yeah,
screenshot and
definitely.
all. May as well spread
But I
like
suppose it's obligatory before we start talking about this. We have to give a disclaimer.
yes,
You know, don't. How do you even say it? Don't listen to the things we say because obviously we're not professionals.
yeah, I know we're not
But
mental health experts.
do listen to the things we say because we might have something to say that you'd be interested in hearing.
Yeah, that's it
Because
exactly.
part of I think part of a lot of mental health issues is knowing that you're not alone. Kind of makes
Yeah,
it a lot better for some people.
no, that's it exactly. Yeah, just
Yeah,
knowing that there is always someone to talk to, even if there doesn't feel like it. Like someone will want to listen, no
yeah.
matter what.
I'm actually kind of proud with the narrative throughout the Irish youth. I know
Mm,
especially last year and this year with over lockdown as well. There's just been massive attention drawn to mental
yeah,
health and the importance of it.
thankfully though, like it needs to be talked about. It's something that is very important
Yeah,
and prevalent. Is that prevalent? Can't say the word. Important.
prevalent.
Like it's
Yes.
just it's just very big in today's society. I don't know what
Mm,
that says. Like it always has been something people have dealt with, but it's not as talked about or it's more talked about now as it was before.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
and you're happy to see it. Especially, to be honest, I didn't even know this week was Mental Health Week until I seen it. But looking into it, there's a good bit of stuff up
Yeah,
going
like
from the student union to do.
the Minute Student Union, they're doing so much for it. Like they have so many things on, and any like Minute students that are listening in, like check them out if you want. Or I'd
Definitely,
say anyone can really check them out if they really wanted to. They're
yeah,
good. They're not going to be looking for your student number and your all that. You can join in and look at what they're on about and see what's happening, and it'd be good to go to. I know, like, I haven't gotten a chance to check in into anything, but if I did, or if I sat down and I was like, "Oh, what's on right now?" and go to it,
yeah,
I definitely would. But sometimes it's during the day, and I'd have something on during that time. It's just typically my luck. But no, there is a
yeah.
lot happening. What's happening tomorrow? Let me check if Instagram will load up. There it is. So what's on? Like, there's a yoga meditation, there's a fitness class, there's BMD and me, there's budget advice, Christmas tree lighting, and drink and draw at home. There's like it's they
That's
have
excellent.
had they've had stuff all week, and tomorrow's the
Yeah,
last day of it now. But yeah, I'd say check it out if you really wanted to.
definitely. It's good timing because as happy as in particular December is, winter's a hard time of year. It's a hard
Yeah,
time of year for a lot of people, obviously because maybe something might have happened around the holidays, but just outside and how dark it is and how cold the
yeah,
weather is, it really does. It can weigh on your conscience a lot. You're waking
yeah.
up and
Like
it's dark and everything is just kind of dreary.
no, that is true. Like winter is a very hard time in general, and like Christmas
Mm,
is joy in a way, but it also could be very hard for certain people as well. Like they
yeah,
might have certain traditions, and like especially this year, you can't keep like all your family traditions this year because of COVID and all. But like, there's
yeah.
ways to do it, and yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah.
That's going to be tough. The restrictions seem pretty fair though. The
Oh no,
altered
yeah,
restrictions.
yeah. Like at least you can see two other households. Is it?
I'm not
I
sure. I'll
think
have a look.
I think
I
it's
think
three
two.
households can meet up at Christmas time.
The 18th is it?
Yeah, from the 18th.
Yeah. And is that when you're also able to go? Jesus, that can't be when you're able to travel in between counties, is it?
Yeah, it is.
That's cutting it pretty short for shopping or.
But like people are gonna go shopping anyway.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop people going shopping in a way because it could be like, oh, I have to do my food shopping, and I
Yeah.
can
I'm
only get
looking forward
certain
to it.
things.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to see the lights and all. I love that.
yeah. I'm going Christmas shopping tomorrow after my presentation, my tutorial.
Oh,
So
Dublin.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm so excited. I love shopping.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
stop.
I was shopping like I was basically shopping today, but it just there's something about Christmas shopping with the lights and then some people busking on the streets. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It gets me in
That's
such a good
class.
mood.
The vibe of it. The vibe
Yeah.
of.
Oh, the vibes.
And again, it's the importance of that. And this year, with obviously COVID and lockdown being particularly hard, uh,
Mm.
winter for your mental health, being able to get out or just
Yeah.
being allowed to do that with like the lights and just see everything, that could
Like
help an awful lot.
it would boost your spirit. Like I would have loved to go to the Christmas markets this year, but obviously they're not going ahead. But if they were, I would have 100% been there looking at
Yeah.
them because I've never gotten to go to a Christmas market before. Maybe when I was like really younger. But there's stuff like that like people would love to see, but they obviously can't get away with going because it might not be on or it's just too risky if they are on.
Mm.
But yeah,
I am touching going more into depth of kind of the mental health thing. We kind
yes.
of wanted to give a few tips, maybe stuff we do ourselves or
Mm.
resources that people can look into. And first of all, I don't know if you listen to any of the Blind Boy podcasts, Kyle. I know I always talk about him,
You always talk about them to be
but
fair.
he has his most recent mental health podcast is excellent.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a lot of the things that I do for my mental health, I kind of get from him. And
Okay.
this week he put a lot of emphasis on procrastination, and I've thought about this myself, Kyla. But do you know when you procrastinate something
Oh
and you
yeah,
like
maybe what
even
lectures
just like
last time.
yeah, not going to a lecture.
Yeah,
I suppose we should talk about the importance of that in the chain reaction of that leading up to an anxiety
yeah,
attack or that
yeah.
leading up
Panic
because
attacks and everything.
yeah, it's something you don't really notice.
Yeah. No, I find for me, like I do love listening to podcasts as well, and like especially when I'm going to sleep, kind of calms me down and
Yeah,
just like helps me like ease into sleep. But what you call it? I feel like getting into a routine and writing out, like giving yourself goals to hit. Like I have a goals thing. I kind of need to get more into it because
yeah,
I went home on the weekend and haven't got back into it since. But like, there's stuff like that that you can do, giving yourself goals, having like a reward system at the end of the week, like, oh, you can buy yourself such and such if you get like three of your goals during the
yeah,
week, or just setting a routine, like getting up at the same time, going to bed at a similar time. Like if you're at home, it'd probably be easier than if you're up in college, because who knows, you could be up till 3 o'clock in the night,
yeah,
one random night. But it'll be harder to get up in the morning. I know that was the case for me today. Like I was so tired.
I,
But
I
tomorrow
can
morning, I
imagine.
plan on getting up early and I plan on doing things and getting stuff done because my reward is going to Dublin, going Christmas shopping.
Yeah,
So I,
getting up in the morning is just. I think that's massive. I
mm,
think I said that to you before. It's like you're
yeah.
starting the day off with winning a battle, and so you're putting
Oh yeah,
yourself
100%.
on track to win all the small little battles throughout the day, and
Yeah,
it results in a positive mindset, and you can't really go wrong. And I know it's so hard to do sometimes. It's so
yeah.
hard.
I know. I stop. It's the same with me. Like it's like it. Your bed is so cozy, and you're just like, oh, like
Yeah,
I don't have it. I'm a curse for it because I don't. Most of my lectures start after at 11 or afterwards. So I'm like, oh, grand. I can get up at like 10 o'clock. Be grand.
yeah,
But then I'm like, Kyla, seriously, get up at 8 o'clock or half 8, go for a shower. That will wake you up a bit. Then
yeah,
like get dressed, put on a bit of makeup, make yourself feel nice, do your hair, go have a nice breakfast, and then just get straight into it. And I see with studying and like getting college stuff done, I love like I'm such a kill. Like I constantly will go and check my phone as much as I can. I'm just like that's kind of with what I deal with. Like I want to make sure anyone who I'm talking to is okay, or if like anything has happened, have I missed it? But then
yeah.
I'm like, Kyla, it's literally an hour off your day. Just put away your phone. So I have
Oh,
an
the
app.
amount of time you waste on it is
Mm,
ridiculous.
I have an app. It's the forest app, and you grow little trees. You put in the amount of time, and you grow a wee tree, and it's all Christmassy now. It's really cute. So you set a time and put your phone onto deep focus mode. So if you leave the app, your tree is going to die and you just feel very bad about yourself then. That's me.
Yeah,
Like, I'd hate to kill a tree.
that's class. I actually never knew about that.
So I think I got it from I was studying for the Leaving Cert. I think I seen it somewhere. Someone told me about it. And there's like a version that's like building, I think. I'll check now. There's like one that was where you can build like a little city. But
Yeah.
I picked the tree. I like the tree
You'd
one.
need something like that because the screen times warning don't really do it anymore.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
I
just kind of get
turned off
used to the
screen
switching
time.
them.
I
Yeah,
turned off
I
screen
had
time. I
as
was
well.
like, nope, nope, no.
I had the restrictions on, but it was just inevitable. I was going to go over my screen time every day.
Mm.
But the days
Oh
I do adhere to the recommendations. That you should be on your
mm.
phone. You feel the difference in how much better you are. You just feel more in control because it can
Yeah.
kind of feel like everything around your life is in the phone. And
Mm.
even I notice sometimes when there's days I'm on my phone, I'll just be rude to people, that like family members or my friends, because
Yeah.
I'm so involved in my phone. And I suppose that's
Like you might
just
be doing something, you're like, oh, here, leave me alone. I'm trying to do something on my phone.
yeah,
What's
and
like,
that's just
come on.
starts the chain of
Yeah.
negative reactions again.
Like when I go home, like I'm obviously, since I'm up here, I'm not seeing my family as much as I usually would. So when I was like at home, I was there constantly on my phone, and like I'd go up to my room and I'd be up there for ages. But now since I'm like I come home at the weekends, like I do want to spend time with my family, so I've like been downstairs. Like I might have my laptop and my phone there because I'm doing something for
Yeah,
college, but I get to go home and I get to see my family and spend time with them, and it's nice. And like I want to see my friends too. I'm dying to see some of my friends because I
yeah,
haven't seen them since September. The ones that aren't in Minute, I haven't seen them in so long, and it's so hard not to see. That's another thing with mental health. Like not seeing people you used to see all the time is definitely a struggle for me because I'm like, oh, I want to see them, but
yeah. Friends are
like make
support
sure they're
mechanisms as
okay.
well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and especially now, when something I know for myself, when I used to like have kind of social anxiety issues, I used to like not want to see friends, or like I used to like not
Yeah.
want to go out, and I'd be kicking myself for that. But now with COVID, that kind of makes sense not to do that sometimes. I think I said that on the
Yeah.
last podcast, and that, I suppose, this is why mental health in this day and age is just so tricky, because
No, it is.
there's little things like that that justify things that are going to affect your mental health. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you start feeling guilty if you do something like go over to like a party or something and you're like, oh, I do
Yeah.
feel guilty. Because there is people living at home that aren't able to go and see people at all. Because the majority of people that we'd be friends with, like they live in the countryside. Most of them probably
Yeah.
can't drive. So they're literally stuck at home. They might be able to go for a walk and all. But then we're here and people who are in college are able to see like they can meet up with people.
Yeah, we're lucky in a sense. Well,
Yeah.
in not
Like
even
we
in a
are
sense,
very
we are lucky.
lucky, but there is
Yeah.
people who obviously aren't getting the same privilege, I guess.
Yeah. Privilege.
Yeah. Like I feel like I love seeing people. Like I have a limited number of contacts. Like it's really my apartment and your apartment and
Mm.
like two or three others. But then again, like it's only a certain amount of people in your apartment that I'd be there with, and then there'd be a certain amount of people in another apartment that I'd be there. Like it's not like a big collective thing. It's like a wee bubble outside of my apartment. But I do feel guilty like being able to go see people and knowing that there's people at home that just can't.
And do you notice the difference? Let's say, well, you only kind of go home for the weekends, do you? Have you ever been home for an extended period of time recently?
Not since before, or not since midterm.
Yeah. Do you know?
I
Would you
I've
notice
only
the
gone home
difference
at the weekends.
in not being up here and not seeing the same amount of people as you do on your mental health than being at home and just seeing your family?
Like I kind of do like it's kind of like FOMO or such fear of missing out.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh, they're up there having fun, and I'm just here alone, and then I just start making myself feel bad, and I probably just burst out into tears then for no
Mm.
apparent reason because I just see one person that I know having fun, and like, oh, like I wish that was me. But then if I'm at a party, if I'm at like something small, if we were having like a few drinks in one of our apartments, and then I get really paranoid, and I'm like, oh god, what if I get in trouble and all. So there's like two sides. Like I
Yeah.
want to
Really.
enjoy myself, but then I'm there enjoying myself, but I can't fully enjoy myself because I'm so paranoid. But then I'm at home and I see people enjoying themselves where I could be if I was there, and then I start feeling bad. Like I can't find a happy medium for myself anyway. I can't push myself to have as much fun as I want to because of like my problems with mental health. It just stops me, and I
Yeah.
think it's like I say if if this year actually was normal and there wasn't a virus or anything, I probably would be able to enjoy myself way more because we would be out doing things and I wouldn't have to worry as such. But it's just because
Mm.
there's such strict rules in student accommodation that makes me so paranoid that I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like, it gets to a certain time and my
Yeah.
mood is just dropped. But
Sorry, you're gonna have to excuse me for like 2 seconds. I have to just open this door. I'll be back in 5 seconds. But after, when
okay.
I'm back, I want to touch on kind of how, in a sense, COVID was a blessing in disguise in relation
Mm,
to mental health. But yeah, I'll be 2 seconds. Hang on, please excuse
all
me.
right. I'll chat with myself. If anyone wants to chat in the comments, please do. I'm by myself. Please, someone. um, there's any stories or anything, we can touch base and then after we talk about this, or if there's anything that you don't want us to mention, like let us know, shoot us a DM on the Instagram or something, and just be like, or even if you want us to touch base on something, let us know as well.
Okay, I'm back. Geez, that's the negatives of being at home. It's all these distractions.
I don't know where my roommates are. I don't think they're back from Dublin yet.
Yeah.
So I'm here by
I've actually
myself.
never. I don't ever think I've been in my apartment by myself, to be honest.
Have you not?
No.
I have been a
It'd
handful
be
of times.
spooky. I think it'd be very
Oh,
spooky.
oh no, sleeping here without anyone else here is terrifying,
Yeah.
terrifying. My first night here, I was by myself. I don't know. I think the roommate that was there, she stayed somewhere else or with her boyfriend or with her friend, and I didn't realize, and I just slept by myself on the first night, and I was like, how did I do that?
But your apartment just seems so much more cozy or something. I don't know. I think it's because you're upstairs.
Yeah,
I was also going to say, yeah, the I suppose the alone time that the pandemic gave me. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I feel like a lot of people can. You had
right.
so much time to yourself that I was kind of able to figure myself out, and in having that alone time, I think that it definitely benefited my mental health in a certain way. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can relate.
Like it benefited your mental health.
Well,
Is that what you're
well,
saying,
obviously,
or?
as much as I was negatively impacted by like not being able to see people,
Yeah.
the time alone that I got to spend, like figuring myself out, or you're just in your head so much more than you would have been.
For me, being in my head more than usual was worse for me.
Yeah,
Cause I'm already like, I already have battles in my head with myself. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or why am I doing this? Like, it's not right, or stuff like that. That's my problem. So like the first lockdown wasn't the best for me. Like I was kind of finding things, and I was like buying all the stuff and being like, oh, I want that, and I want to make myself look like that. But then I was like, I can't be arsed doing that. They were my
yeah,
problems more than ever. Like I don't, I some people may have benefited mentally, like being by themselves and being able to do stuff. I probably worsened myself personally. I'm not going to go into detail
yeah.
about it, but like that's how.
For a while, I was the same though, and
Mm,
but I suppose having all that time thinking kind of sparked. Well, it was a bit before lockdown as well, I
yeah,
think. But having that time, like just reading about stuff like CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy, and listening to podcasts, and
yeah,
kind of, I think mostly for me, where the turning point for like dealing with my mental health was just being more emotionally intelligent, because talking about your emotions and realizing that you're feeling something is one thing, but realizing what you're feeling and where it's coming from is like a whole different ballgame.
yeah, yeah.
And
No, I get what you mean.
there's such there's such an emphasis on like talking about mental health,
Mm,
but I think one of the reasons it's not really working is because a lot of people don't know how.
yeah, no, it is hard to talk about. Like I
Yeah,
know, like if I'm trying to talk about, it, like it does take me a little while to actually crack in certain
yeah.
situations.
You don't
Sometimes
even most times you don't even know what you're feeling like.
yeah, like it's hard to describe some of the feelings that you actually end up feeling. But then once you kind of realize it, you're like, oh, it's late. It's like it's too late to actually fully explain it, and you just kind of push it aside.
Yeah,
Like that's the worst thing. Like you're feeling something, and then someone's like, "What's wrong?" Like, tell me. And then you're like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. And then when you find out, it's like 2 days later, you're like, oh, I can't just go to them. It's like, this is why I was feeling like this. Because then you'll just
yeah.
start, like, for me, I'll start making myself feel like that again.
And that's never a good thing, because then you're just
Mm.
kind of repeating the same
It's
the
just a
same
constant
kind
cycle.
of, yeah. And so I think another tip that we could give people is to really look into just being emotionally intelligent and like broadening your emotional
Yeah.
vocabulary. But that's not something we can control, or something we can
No.
control. And especially I think especially in Ireland, the way we're brought up, your vocabulary, emotional vocabulary, is very limited.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean by that. Like,
So a lot of people
a
like,
lot of people would struggle to say how they feel in a way
yeah, but not
because they don't
I
know
don't
how.
not even just talking about it.
Mm,
I think like I know for me, I used to confuse like my sadness with anger
yeah.
because I don't know why, but I used to think like, oh, I'm sad, and it would turn into anger, and so then I'd never be
Mhm.
able to resolve that because you know what I mean. I just kept getting angry,
Yeah.
and I think half of it is not like being afraid of the thought and sitting down and coming to terms with the emotion, and then
Yeah.
another half of it I think is proactive, like proactive mental health protection. I don't know if that's the correct way
Uh-huh.
to word it. So
Yeah.
like when you notice a feeling start, you can kind
Mm,
of stop it getting lost to translation at the earlier stage when it's easier to understand than letting it build up
yeah,
until
that's
it's
true.
completely muddled up.
Mm. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, sorry, my
Yeah.
head's on like a sieve at the minute. I don't know why. I just got tired, Jack. But no, I definitely understand like where you're coming from. I'm like, I don't know what. It's been a long day, but no, I do get what you mean. Like where you're coming from. I
Yeah.
can't figure out how to fully respond to it.
No, that's
Oh,
that's that's completely fair. It's a tough, like it's a tricky topic, like, and that's why a lot of people don't know
no,
about
wait,
it
no,
because
yeah,
it's not easy to understand.
yeah, and you don't want to say something and you're wrong, or like
Yeah.
you've said the wrong thing and gone and made potentially like offended a certain person.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. It's a. Would you say it's like a touchy subject in a way? Like it's good to speak out,
Mental
and
health.
it's good to speak out about mental health and all. But there's certain cases where it is a touchy subject. Like if you're self-diagnosing yourself,
Definitely. Yeah.
like unless like if you've done thorough, is that the word? I don't know, a lot of research on you're what you're feeling, but and then you'd be like, some people would just be like, oh, I get nervous sometimes, I have anxiety.
Uh-huh.
That's not it.
Yeah.
But some people could be like, oh, like there's people who would just self-diagnose themselves and use it as a trend. That is a big thing. Using mental
Oh,
health as a
that
trend.
and I think addressing that specific thing is very tricky as well because at the same
Yeah.
time as I think I said to you before, I don't think I have an anxiety disorder, but I definitely struggle with anxiety. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, that line is blurred, and it mightn't be their own fault
Mm.
that they
No.
think that it's something.
Yeah, like you can't be sure of what like you have or anything like that. Like it is hard to kind of be like unless you end up going to the doctors and the doctor's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you have an
But
anxiety
yeah,
disorder.
that's why you know the way we have like you have to go to the dentist once a year, and I'm pretty sure you have to go to the doctor once a year. I know it is
Um,
tricky to make like a psychiatric visit once a year, but I think it definitely should be obligatory.
yeah. I feel yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
actually that makes sense. Having that.
Because then it would stop the confusion and people would
Mm,
know how to deal with the problems. But it must be very expensive and it must be very hard to do because I suppose if it
yeah,
wasn't, they would have did it already.
yeah. Like if it was a easy thing to do, they would have got done, but it's not. Like
Even
it is
studying
very hard.
psychology is very hard.
Yeah.
There's not many
I mean
access
I'm not
routes. Like
but there isn't. Hmm.
it's a
Yeah, it's
tricky one.
very
It really is, and especially talking about the whole topic is just
yeah.
obviously like that's why I'm so glad that it is a very popular narrative nowadays. But
Mm,
I think there needs to be a lot more emphasis placed on how to talk about the topic.
yeah. No that's yeah. We need to know like what to say, what not to say, how
Yeah.
to go about saying it and all. Like there is certain things that you need to do to make sure like you're doing it right and all.
Mm,
Um tricky. That's tricky old.
it is. Moving on to another thing I wanted to bring up in today's podcast,
Hit me
and
with
I think
it.
it's in relation to mental health as well. It
Okay.
is indeed crunch time in college, Kyla, for
It
our
is.
first semester.
Yeah. We're almost
How
done
are
our
you
first
handling
semester
it?
of college. Wow. I mean, I've been doing my work. I know today, like I did some stuff, but I didn't do everything that I could have. But I also cleaned. I did a deep clean of my apartment today. So you're welcome, roommates.
Healthy
So I kind
procrastination.
the place needed a good clean, and I was like, I'll do
Yeah,
it. But no, there's stuff like that you get distracted by one thing, or you're studying in a certain space and it doesn't feel right. Like I couldn't do work in my bedroom today because it's just a mess. And after this, I'm gonna go and clean it, and then I'll start doing work. But
yeah.
anyway,
I always kind of
um,
put up hurdles for myself like that. Like I can't
yeah,
like study quote unquote until I shower. You know what I mean?
okay,
I can't study just until everything's in order in the room as well. It's
yeah,
but by doing that, by avoiding or adhering to them roadblocks, you'd find
yeah.
yourself wasting like 3 hours in a day, 4 hours
Oh,
a
stop.
day.
No, but to be fair, like there is time. Like I went to the library yesterday, and then I was working on my sociology presentation. So then I was like, right, I'm not allowing my like the girls. Like I yesterday, I got dressed and I had makeup done. I went on a hunt for advent calendars early in the morning. Then got back and still haven't found an advent calendar. Don't talk to me about it.
How?
I'm quite
Are
sad.
they not like everywhere?
They're like sold out basically. But anyway, off topic.
Hardly.
Well, most places I've been, they have been. I forgot to look in Tesco today when I was there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got back. After I had breakfast over in Aaron's, and then came back here and was like, right, what did I did something. Did I do something? I
Something
don't
other than college work or
know. No, I got myself I got myself ready, and I did. I start. I don't know what I did. But then I went to the library from 2 to 4.
the library is a good spot to
I
get
think I
things
had
done.
lunch, or did I have lunch yesterday? No, I didn't have lunch. Oh my god, I can't even think right now. My head's so fried. Anyway, went to the library, did that, and then when I got back, I was like my roommates they were finishing off stuff, so I cooked dinner, because I was starving because I didn't have lunch. That's why I was so hungry. I was so hungry. I didn't like, and I didn't
Yeah.
have lunch before the library. So then I went, I cooked dinner, and then had dinner, and I was like, right, I'm not like we were having like a few drinks and making ourselves look nice. I was already dressed up to be fair because I had a bad night the other night, and I was like, I want to feel good.
Yeah. And
That's how I
in
was
the
working.
process of that whole day and in the
Yeah.
process of doing everything, you just kind of I know myself when I do things like that, I'll start off with like, okay, I need to do this and then I'll start college work, or I need to do this and then I'll start
Oh,
college work.
no, you see
And
what I did was like,
you kind of
I'm
see
not
your
allowed.
head getting fried, don't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
that's
all over
happened
the
to me
place.
today. Actually, that's what happened to me today. My head's fried because I kept doing other things and not going back to college work.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I was like, I'm not allowing myself to have fun until I have this sociology presentation done,
Did you get it
and I did.
done?
Yeah.
The
Well,
library, man. The library is a great tool.
I know I should have went today, but like I was
It
dead
was
and was like,
closed today or something, no, was it?
no, it closed early yesterday. Closed at 5.
Oh, Jesus.
From the MU Confessions page on Twitter, it's giving me there's something about beans going on
Beans.
the beans. They keep talking about beans. I really don't understand, but maybe
I
it's
don't
'cause
check that Twitter as much as I should.
I just keep posting on like when I just want to know if the gym is open or not because I need to start going. That's another thing I need to do for my mental health: exercise because I haven't. Like I go on a lot of walks, but that's going to the shop. I can't really count that as exercise, even if my Fitbit counts it.
Yeah.
But I want to start going to the gym. Now become like a proper gym rat. I just need to start working out. And if it's free, I should avail of it. Like,
The gym and stuff like that is I feel like just going to the gym and doing exercise makes doing college work a lot easier.
yeah. I think there was one day I went for a run. Oh, you know what? It was during reading week, so it doesn't even count. It's during reading week. Like, I did not do a lot of reading that week. But going back to crunch time, do you feel like you have had more assignments due in December than you have had any other month, or is
Oh,
it
lad,
like,
definitely.
yeah?
But
Because
I
I've
feel
had,
they have to do that on purpose, though.
oh
Surely.
well, it's because we don't have this exams, most of us.
Yeah. I
That
do have
they're,
exams.
oh dear,
Yeah, I've two.
unlucky.
I'm. Oh, it's worrying. It really is worrying.
What is it on?
I have a contract law one and a tort law one.
Oh, ooh. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm shouting, but maybe I'm getting like too into it and I'm getting excited. But anyway, and no, I have just assessments. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's none of my classes are like I just have an extra. Like, I have another essay, I think, in sociology or something. Could be
Yeah.
wrong there. I think I have that, and then critical skills. That was just continuous assessment.
The
Same
assessment
with
thing
media
kind of
as well.
seems too good to be true, though, for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it's kind
Like
of.
doing an essay as an exam question, like,
But then it's
in a
when
sense,
you
we
think
did get
about it,
lucky
it's
for
kind of
that.
like the Leaving Cert exam, like doing a hundred or the 100 mark English essay or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But like
But that's
you do that in
times.
the
Like, we,
exam, and you can do whatever. Like, you kind of go off anything, but here, like, you have to do your research and all.
yeah, but
But at least you're able to do your research.
it's particularly easy though. Like I know we have well, it's definitely not easy, but it's definitely easier than an exam. I know for politics
Mm,
we have an essay to replace an exam, and we know what the question is already, and it's not due until like late enough in January, and
yeah, I have something due in January for media. I have a media essay due then.
that's just like a blessing.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
100%. I
it's
don't think I'd
fair
be able
enough
to sit
though.
the exam. Thinking about it now, like if we actually had to do the Leaving Cert, I'd say I would have been grand doing an exam. But thinking about it now, I was like, how could you sit an exam ever again?
I know.
Like, I don't think my maybe sociology would end up having an exam, but I don't think media does. Maybe I'm wrong. But
We
then
have
critical skills, like,
I was
it's
looking at our timetable today, and
for the
I think
exam.
we have not even just for the whole college year.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think we have
Oh,
like almost a reading week thing before our exams start.
yeah. It's like from the fourth to something, fourth to the eighth, or the exams start on the eighth, but it's the fourth to something to the seventh. I assume now. That's like reading week. But I basically have from like I just have a month off because I'm not doing exams. Because then we have another break after the exam, and then it goes into second semester in February.
But are you flat out with assignments now up until then?
I have the thing due tomorrow. Next week, do I have anything? I don't think so. But I want to get my critical skills presentation like ready to go. I'm doing that the very last day, and then I have there's something due on. Oh wait, I'll look at my thing. I have
How long are your
a
assignments taking you to do? Like,
depends. Depends on what it is. Depends on
yeah,
how I drive myself to do it. Like, I have an anime. I think it's an animation thing. It's a motion design thing.
that's class.
Due on Friday the 18th. I may need to use your laptop to try to figure out how to use Adobe After Effects then, by the way.
That's fine.
Just so I can do a little extra practice because I need it. Um, what else? I have something due. I have like another MCQ and a reflective essay due like the 20th of December, and then that's kind of me until there's something due in January. But I feel like sociology, there probably is something else due.
That's not too
Like,
bad.
we'll be getting another essay. Like, it's actually grand. Like, I don't
Yeah,
have much, but it's just
that's not too
doing
bad
it.
at
That's
all.
my main problem.
We're kind of being bombarded at the moment. We
Mm,
have, but they're not necessarily large pieces of work, but there's a
mm.
lot of them. There's
No,
so
I've
many of
just
them.
known about most of my things for a while. Like, we were told
Uh,
at the start of the year,
yeah,
like, oh, you'll have a certain amount of things due at a certain amount on like a certain day and all. Just let you know. So then when it's coming up, they'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, you have this due soon.
yeah.
Get
I
started
feel
on
like
it.
I was definitely told about most of my things as well, but you just kind of get so lost in what's due before that you completely forget, and they might as well have not told you.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially this week and the week before. The week before last, I took like 2 days off, and I'm still feeling the effects of it. It's just
Yeah, it's a
it's just
curse.
mad.
It's a bad thing leaving stuff, you know.
I know.
I have 3 lectures I need to catch up on at the minute, but
Yeah.
I'll probably get 2 of them done today, I'd say. Clean my room. Just kind of, I like working in the kitchen if my roommates are there. Like, it's all just like a little study club, I guess. But no, I like being able to, I like a study environment. Like, that's why I like going to the library. I probably should go to the library tomorrow, but I don't know if I have the time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there was a while when I was getting nothing done unless I was in the library.
Yeah,
And I think as good as it is, it's kind of, well, for myself anyways, I was putting so much stuff off and just saying, oh, sure, I'll do it in the library. And by the time you're in the library, you're doing all these little menial tasks that you definitely should have done at home. And now you've
reading's
wasted,
everywhere.
oh,
Oh,
the readings, man. I didn't,
oh,
I
it's
have too
not
much of them,
right.
I think.
Mm,
Do you
mm.
even get most of them done?
Um, it depends. I'd get them done if I needed them for like an assignment, or I'd
Yeah.
briefly look through and like look through the abstract and be like, okay, is that kind of is that jumping out to me for what I want out of this assignment? And then I'm like, no. But I do have like a full book I need to read because there's essay questions that I could do on that book, and I just needed to understand what's happening in one of my modules. So love that for
I've
me.
been, yeah, I've been, do you know when you're looking at the Moodle page and there's all these like resources and you kind of just like, I kind of used to think to myself like, oh, like there's absolutely no need to look at them. But the more I start to do essays and the more I see the necessary depth of the knowledge
Sorry.
that I need, I'm kind of like, geez, no, I really should be doing all of them.
Yeah.
And it's just so scary.
Oh,
It's so daunting, and just how coming from like my background in school and like the bare minimum amount of work, and now
yeah,
you're put in a situation now in college where like you can see your career in front of you, and
yeah.
you kind of feel how important all the assignments are,
I
and
know it
it's
does hit
almost at a
you.
stage as if like you're just like, oh, I like have to do these and I can't get away with not doing them. And so then you're just like
No.
so swamped. You're so
Mm,
swamped and it's so stressful, and you know that everything is kind of like resting on the backbone of you, and like yeah, it's just particularly
yeah,
tricky. And then
I
with Christmas
try.
coming up as well, and you want to spend all this time with your family and friends, and it's just
Mm, like I next week I'm going to focus on like my other presentation, and then following week like I'll start my reflective essay because I just kind of want to get everything done so I kind of have a nice last week of college as such.
yeah, same. I'm trying to do that as well, but it just seems almost impossible with the amount of
I
stuff.
know. Yeah. It is like especially going home at the weekend. Like I'm just like I don't need to do any work, and I'm like Kylie, you really do.
Yeah,
But I'm like
I
I'll
started
throw
this
on
year
Netflix
off.
this weekend.
I started this year off telling myself I'm not going to do anything over the weekends. The weekends is me time, no matter what. And I get home and I'm watching Netflix. I'm trying to just relax. And like you
Yeah,
start looking through your emails and you're like, oh Jesus, I
yeah,
do not
God.
have time to do all this stuff
Mm,
in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
I
Thursday,
know.
Friday.
You lose track of time so easily.
Too easily,
Oh, it's a curse. It's genuinely a curse.
especially when you're getting up late in the day. You never realize how much those hours before 12 matter until
Mm,
you have an assignment due on a Friday.
yes.
Like I don't think I've actually wanted to wake up early before like 9 since being here,
Yeah.
because there was never a need to.
Yeah, no, that's the bad thing about having lectures so late for me. I'm just like,
Yeah.
"God, I want to," but I'm like I forced myself to get up at 8 yesterday.
Do you have none at
Well, I
like
got
9
out
or
of
anything?
bed at
No.
9. I woke up at 8:30, but got out of bed at 9. That's what I do.
That's fair going.
Because I like having that little time in bed, like, you know, you're waking up, you're
Yeah.
checking your phone, seeing what happens, seeing, scrolling through TikTok, and then you get lost, but you try to avoid that when you can. And then you look at the time, you're like, oh, sugar, it's 9 o'clock. And you hop out of bed,
Yeah.
and you
I
go
used
for a
to do
wee
this to
shower and all
myself
that.
though. and it would be to my own demise because I used to have to be up for 9, and I'd set an alarm at like 8:30. And my thought
Mhm.
process was that I'll get up and I'll lie in bed for half an hour and then I'll get up. But then I'd
Yeah.
end up like staying awake for 10 minutes, falling asleep, and waking up. Next thing you know, it's like 12:30.
Oh, I see. I for some reason it's very hard for me to sleep past like 11 o'clock. I'd say.
Is
No
it
matter
a guilt
what,
thing
unless
or is it your
I'm,
body clock?
it's my body clock. Like it just doesn't let
Oh,
me like lie in. Like there's people who I know that will be asleep until 1 o'clock in the day, and I'm like, I don't know how people can do it. I don't know how you can
I'll do
end up
it
sleeping that
gladly.
long.
I will do that
I
gladly.
like some people can just do it. They're
Yeah.
just asleep that long. I physically
I don't see
can't.
how
Like
you
I just
can.
wake up. I just physically wake up. Like my head just goes morning time, and I'm
So
like
do you kind of
no,
go asleep at the same night every night then?
the same time every night.
Yeah, same night.
Not really. It depends. I like being in bed after 11. After 11 is a nice time to go to bed.
Yeah. You kind
But
of
I
you kind of notice like going to bed late or like staying up late, and you kind of then notice like, oh,
mm,
can't get away with not sleeping anymore,
yeah.
or can't get away with not going to bed early. Because
But
everything
would
just
you
kind of,
say you're like a morning person or a night person?
oh, definitely not. I'm definitely not a morning person, anyways.
I'm neither.
Yeah, I was
I'm a
about to
during the
say,
day type of person.
I don't think I'm any type of person.
I'm like if I had to pick a time of day where I'm at my best, it would most likely be during the day. Because in the evening I'm starting to get tired. Nighttime I am tired, but morning time I am also tired. But I'd say I'd be closer to a morning person during school. But then in other cases I'd be more of a night person. It's really confusing. I don't understand it myself.
Do you have a morning routine though?
I'm trying to get one, but I don't at the minute.
Yeah,
Like
I feel
I
like if I had like if I drank coffee, if I liked coffee, it'd be so much easier to get up in the
oh
morning
yeah,
because I'd be looking forward to my cup of
I
coffee.
need to start forcing coffee into myself. I've started drinking Monster,
Just
and I can't believe myself. I'm drinking Monster. I'm like, highlight.
oh, slippery
What?
slope.
Oh, I don't want to get. I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go too deep.
It's a slippery slope, man. It
But
kind
like,
of seems like
I
everyone is
tried
just
Mango Loco, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. But it's not even making me or it's not giving me a lot of energy half the time. But maybe I drink it too slow. I'd say if you downed it, you'd just be like, ah.
yeah, you'd be wired.
Mm.
I like
So you know what? I'll force myself to drink coffee tomorrow morning, and I'll update this Instagram page
yeah,
and see how it
do.
goes.
But I just can't drink it. It just tastes horrible.
Also, very off topic, but I need help.
With what?
Um, so I did this Christmas countdown on my private story, right? Did you see it yesterday?
I did, yeah. Was
Right?
this the one with the whole little kind of skit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year I did like songs, and I basically hit the whoa every day. But this year I don't want to do songs. I want to do like little skits and stuff, like iconic Christmas skits and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything to do today, but I don't want to do anything too iconic because
Because you
like
don't want to
the
waste
first one
them.
was very iconic. You know, Gavin and Stacey Christmas special
You
last
should
year.
do the Home Alone hot doorknob one.
The doorknob one.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Home Alone in a while, so like it's kind of.
Do
I
you
just
know when he
remember the saving
grabs
thing.
Tony grabs the doorknob and he like gets burnt?
Oh, maybe I'll need to rewatch the clip. My
Importance
head's
of
fine
like
anyway.
the importance of like just the build up to Christmas,
Mhm.
and
That's
then
what I'm doing. I'm doing a build up to Christmas.
yeah,
Please, the 4 people watching right now, please give me an idea. Please, please. I really need one. I'm running out of time. It's 10 to 8. I'm running out of time of hours because I need to do stuff, but I want to get this done. I was going to do like the vine that was like, Merry Christmas, Merry Chrysler. But I didn't go past the big Christmas tree in Maynooth. I went on the other side of the road. Unless I can run down
I'll have
again.
to get up there actually. I haven't seen them yet. All the trees.
All the lights are up. All the lights are decorated now, so it's pretty. Well,
Um,
it's kind of basic lights. But no offense to Manu or anything. Love this place.
We've any
But it's really
more
like lights in a
coffee?
tree and going around lights on a tree. No one's
Um,
talking to us today, Glenn. It's kind of upsetting.
I know. It was a pretty dim podcast.
I mean, we
It
were
was
talking
necessary
about a
though.
very serious topic, though.
I think it was
And it
necessary.
was fitting for what was happening during the week. Maybe our friends aren't watching it. I don't know. Not real ones. They always come for
Will
the
we?
first.
Do you have anything else? Any other talking points, or will we wrap up? What do you reckon?
I don't know. I mean, if anyone's watching and want to give us something to chat about for a few minutes before we switch off at 8 o'clock,
I
please
haven't
do.
even checked the YouTube.
I looked at it earlier and I don't think there was much either.
I'm out of juice, anyways, for the talking points. I think
Yeah,
we actually went
I just
strong.
need
We're
help.
getting better and better.
Yeah, we are. I just really want help for picking a thing for my private story. Because I put up on TikTok last year and it didn't even like go viral, the thing I did. Follow my TikTok, Kyla Horrod Henry. Anyway,
I think you should just give up on TikTok. TikTok is just so
I want to become
hard.
TikTok famous for the crack.
It's so hard. It's so easy to make it.
Mm.
It's just, I don't know, it's bittersweet almost. I've actually never made one.
Oh, it's so fun.
Oh, that's a lie. I did make one, but no one ever see it.
Oh my god. Everyone
We'll,
has seen that.
We will. I think we might as well wrap it up now.
Oh, not John Dolan says, you think pubs are reopening fully for Christmas? Sadly, I don't. Because
Yeah, I don't think
not
wet pubs are open at
pubs.
all.
It's only restaurants. It's only like restaurants and gastro pubs. It's not wet pubs for Christmas. But I don't think wet pubs would want to even open if they're only going to be opening for a brief time at Christmas.
They're getting it hard.
Oh, it's not right. Like it's
It really
actually
isn't.
it's not fair on them either.
Not John Dolan. I'm gonna make the guess that this one isn't John Dolan.
Yeah, I don't think it is John Dolan, you know.
I just
I'm
can't see why
really
it would be.
about that.
Next podcast, Carla. Do you know when it will be?
Probably at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah. Do I have anything on already next week? Oh, there's Bingo Loco on Monday, so not Monday.
Bingo Loco.
There's Bingo Loco,
Where?
yeah. Minutes Student Union's doing a Bingo Loco.
Oh, hardly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because like we were thinking of doing Christmas Day that day, but then one of my roommates has a presentation, so we think I think I was saying it to Emer potentially, saying, oh, we should do Christmas week or Christmas Day the following week, like between our apartments and Aaron, of course, because he's basically like our roommate. But Bingo Loco next Monday, like I'm doing it because Bingo Loco, bingo.
It was actually you ever go to the Bingo Locos before all of COVID?
No, I really
They're
wanted
great
to.
crack.
I've been to normal bingo.
Was it lit? Bet you was class.
Oh, it's great. I didn't win anything though. Disgrace.
I think on the next podcast, I'm gonna try and come up with a hot take. Speaking of your private story, remember I think I sent you that text. I'm gonna try and talk about like the rise of like private stories and
Should we put up on the
I have a
Instagram like
Finsta.
hot takes and then have people like
stick it up on the Instagram, your opinion on private stories, or do you have a private story? Would probably be the first suitable one to start off with, and we'll give you some sort of sizzling hot take on that next week.
I feel like I've had a private story since. Well, it wasn't a private story. I used to have a vlog account. That's why.
Yeah, on Snapchat, I used to have one like that as well.
Yeah, and then that was like before third year, I want to say.
I was in third year when I did mine.
I got it from people in the Gale Talked. They told me about it.
Yeah.
Or like someone had it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll start one." And then private stories came about, and I was like probably one of the early ones to get it because of people in the Gale Talk.
Early adopter.
I'm not being like tooting my own horn. I had a Finsta like for a while. I still have a Finsta.
Oh yeah, me and you are OGs in the Finsta game.
Yeah, I think I had my Finsta start TY. I want to say. So that's
I nearly have mine 3 years now.
Yeah, no, mine would be over 3 years now, I think, as well. But I stopped kind of using it because I just forgot about it.
Yeah, I
But
never
I
forgot
have
about
kind of
mine.
rebranded as well. I purely use my Finsta to look at your Finsta and Owen McCormick's Finsta and other
I'm
Finstas that I do
our
follow on
biggest
that.
fans.
But they're literally the two ones that I'm like, oh, I better check their Finstas. You know,
Yeah,
love. I just enjoy them so much.
I love doing it, to be honest. That
Yeah.
would be a good topic for next week, and I
Mm.
suppose we'll see all two of you again next week.
Thanks for
We
the
let
two
this
people
go.
for sticking around.
Kyla,
It's,
you're gonna have to end this because I don't have
okay.
control of this broadcast.
Okay, I do.
Um,
Right.
we'll
Well,
see yous.
we'll chat again. Glad we'll chat again as well.
We will.
Yes. All right. Oh, someone joined. We're leaving now anyway. So. Right,
Good
that's
luck.
it from us. Toodaloo. See you again.
Bye.
Bye bye.